Okay, shooting vox pops with an iPad can be fairly straightforward, but you do have to be aware that on the iPad there is only one microphone, and that is up the top. So in this particular case we're shooting in portrait mode, and that means that my voice is coming nicely over the top and hits the top edge of the iPad and gets the microphone square in the middle. This is very important because 90% of your message is contained in the audio soundtrack. So the pictures don't matter as much because nearly everything that you want to get across to your audience will be contained in the words that are spoken by the person doing the vox pop. The other thing that's happening is that you'll notice that the image is very steady, and that's because the iPad is not being handheld. We're actually just using the tools at hand, and in this particular case we have a file holding frame, and the iPad that is recording this is simply sitting here in the top part of the frame, and it's nice and stable at and sitting on the desk. It might also be necessary, or you might also want to record on an iPhone. Now, the best iPhone is the iPhone 5. The iPhone 5 is particularly good because of its audio quality and its picture quality, but it has 3 microphones. It has one at the bottom, it has one at the back, and one at the front. Now, those 3 microphones have been designed by Apple to work together. So they have a slight noise cancelling function, as well as maximising the sound that reaches each one of those microphones. So that's a pretty good way to go. If you have an ordinary old smartphone of a different brand, it doesn't matter. The quality will be as good as an Apple, or it might not. In most cases it won't be as good, but that doesn't mean it won't sound any good. It'll still be intelligible sound. It'll just vary in degrees of clarity. But the iPhone 5 currently is the king. We won't go into adding separate microphones because that's beyond the realm of the brief, but that's another way of getting even better sound. If you're using a iPhone 5 or an iPhone 4 or a smartphone, I suggest a cheap $20–$30 little tripod with a clamp so that you can keep your phone steady on a desk or on a table, or even this can even be attached to an ordinary old tripod that you use for still photos. And on occasion, whoa, we've just lost one of our props, but I happen to have more. And if our interviewer will contain herself and not provide extra audio information, I'll get on with this. The other thing that you can do is with a smartphone you might want to consider shooting in a portrait mode, but I suggest if that's what you're going to do, I would then simply use a rubber band and keep the phone, and that will keep the phone nice and steady, and it will not accidentally fall off. So these are a couple of hints. There are more to come in our next webisode. Cheers.